What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including big news as WWE just made a huge L. The Rock is not in the WrestleMania 41 plans. Big E may be returning to the ring. The real reason that Drew McIntyre returned to WWE. More signs that Becky Lynch is not retired from WWE, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story and top story is that WWE just made a huge L. Now, fans have been debating whether the WWE would loosen its restrictions on violence, including blood and profanity, once the show moved over to Netflix, where there are actually no censors. Unfortunately, according to WWE President Nick Khan, that won't be happening. In fact, Khan told that WWE intends to keep it family-friendly when Raw moves over to Netflix this January. Khan appeared at the WWE and Netflix media event on 3rd December, telling his audience, "We're not changing the rating of our programming. There's some online chatter about, oh, it's going to be R-rated, or for us old folks, X-rated. That's definitely not happening. It's family-friendly, multi-generational, advertiser-friendly programming. It's going to stay that way." The WWE's chief content officer, Triple H, reinforced Khan's comments, telling those that gathered at the media event, "I think it's what you want and expect out of WWE. It's not pushing anybody away from what they want. It's a safe place for families, for kids, for everybody to be able to view the programming. That will not change." Now, this is going to be a major disappointment to many fans who had hoped that WWE would capitalize on Netflix not being subjected to censors. While it's safe to say that most fans weren't expecting anything salacious or non-stop F-bombs or X-rated scenes, there was a belief that WWE would be more open to using more occasional harsh language and more violent angles, including the use of blood. Ironically, the WWE pushed the envelope earlier this year during the build-up to WrestleMania 40. Fans saw segments where The Rock dropped F-bombs, and the WWE showed some violent segments, chief among them when The Rock beat up Cody Rhodes and left him in a bloody mess. These segments didn't lead to any serious complaints, which is notable because the USA Network and Fox not only have to deal with censors, but advertisers. There are some elements to consider with these announcements from Nick Khan and Triple H. First, they are making sure that WWE fans don't have false expectations for the program. Second, are they making a preemptive strike so advertisers aren't concerned about Raw's content? Now, firstly, it's important to keep fans expecting a Wild West environment that makes the Attitude Era look like Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling cartoon from being disappointed. It also gives creative more incentive to find ways to create appealing storylines without relying on crutches like profanity or bloodbaths. The second is arguably the most important in the WWE's announcement to expect a family-friendly product. First, Netflix may have bought the rights to Raw with the expectation that it would receive the same style of product that it's aired for years. Secondly, this is important because Netflix relies on advertisers, who in turn expect certain content when they paid for advertising on Raw. These advertisers likely wouldn't be happy if they paid for what they thought would be family-friendly content, only to get something, R-rated, or to a lesser extent, PG-14. There's also the question of whether the WWE wants to have a PG-14 product for Raw and a family-friendly one for SmackDown. Although this could give the WWE a chance to test the waters for what fans and advertisers are willing to support, there's a big downside that some fans and advertisers wouldn't support these conflicting styles. For example, would families allow their kids to just watch SmackDown but not Raw? Also, would they feel comfortable tuning into shows such as Saturday Night's Main Event or PLEs, knowing that the PG-14 elements might creep into programs since both brands are present? This could also be a concern with advertisers who want a consistent product in terms of ratings. Ultimately, WWE is a publicly traded company, and it's not going to sacrifice profits if it feels the risks of running a TV-14 show outweigh the benefits. The WWE has done well with its family-friendly formula, and executives may feel that there's no need to rock the boat. However, fans shouldn't give up on the idea that Raw will occasionally push the envelope. Knowing the WWE and its past behavior of saying one thing and doing another, this declaration may be just lip service. Fans tuning into the Red brand on Netflix may find edgier content than expected. It also may be a case of the WWE using edgier content when needed, but avoid using it too much. There's something to be said for dialing back any PG-14 content. The WWE doesn't want to fall into the trap of relying too much on edgy content because it could lead to lazy storytelling or lose its impact. Fans have seen this with wrestlers who perform sick bumps and constantly try to top them, leading to heightened expectations and more dangerous situations. Of course, many kids do still watch the WWE product. In fact, it may still be the most popular demographic for the show. Now, whilst nobody thought that it would be straight R-rated, but to just stay with a family-friendly product just takes away some of the excitement of the move over to Netflix, where we thought we would see change. Somewhere definitely in between would have been a lot better. What do you guys think of this situation? Do you think WWE just took a big L in this? Are you guys happy it's a PG-friendly product? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, The Rock not in WrestleMania 41 plans. Now it's time to look at a report that the WWE is moving ahead with its plans for WrestleMania 41 with the idea that The Rock is currently unavailable. Dr. Chris Featherstone recently tweeted, WWE has decided to move forward in creative plans as if The Rock will not appear at WrestleMania 41 as of now. I've been informed that these plans could change at any moment, and WWE is definitely interested in using him if he becomes available, but he is currently not scheduled to compete. Whilst many in the comments pointed over to The Rock saying, don't believe any of that bull, Sean Ross Sapp retweeted with saying, I see a bunch of people posting The Rock's Instagram comments from months ago in his replies. He's The Rock and ultimately he could do what he wants, but this post is correct, and it's been correct for a while. While the WWE would be thrilled to have The Rock work a match, the Final Boss's busy schedule presents plenty of roadblocks when it comes to him appearing, let alone wrestling. As fans saw this year, The Rock spent months training for his in-ring return, and while he avoided injury, it's a constant threat for full-time competitors, let alone part-time ones. Fortunately, the WWE has plenty of white-hot programs in the works for WrestleMania 41, so while The Rock will be missed, assuming he doesn't make it to Mania, the show should do just fine without him. But do you guys think The Rock will make it to WrestleMania 41, or is it too early to be concerned about? Let us know in the comments. Next up, Gunther close to a new WWE deal. A rumor has it that current world champion Gunther is close to signing a new WWE deal, or he may have already signed one. Fightful Select recently noted that the two parties were in negotiations, and WWE sources believe what is expected to be a long-term contract will be finalized by the end of the year. The report added that Gunther has wowed over the WWE with his ring work and public appearances, with one higher-up referred to Gunther as among the most professional talents they've ever worked with. What makes this story even more fascinating is that rumor has it Vince McMahon wasn't even impressed with Gunther, and he might have released him or buried him when he first made it to the main roster. Next up, Biggie may be able to return to the ring. Or was Monday's heartbreaking segment where Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston kicked Biggie out of the New Day a prelude to Biggie returning to the ring? WrestleVotes commented on this possibility during his backstage Q&A. What they are hearing about Biggie is to be determined. Nobody knows if he's cleared or not. They're keeping it kinda quiet, which leads me to think he may be close to being cleared. I can't report that, I can't say that with certainty. Now, whilst WrestleVotes' remarks are speculation, they appear to be the informed speculation that comes with reporting on the industry and how it works. But you guys think that Biggie is returning soon? Let us know in the comments. Next up, more signs that Becky Lynch is not retired from WWE. Speaking of returns, there are two reports that suggest Becky Lynch is returning to the WWE soon. Lynch, who left the WWE last June after her contract expired, has been busy with her projects outside the ring. However, Ringside News is reporting that betting odds on the 2025 Royal Rumble suggest the man is expected back soon. In addition, Fightful Select noted that Becky Lynch was seen at the Netflix WWE event that was expected to feature Netflix execs Triple H, Nick Khan, Bianca Belair, The Miz, Liv Morgan, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and others in LA. Next up, the real reason that Drew McIntyre returned to WWE. Now, as we previously mentioned, reports that there were no clear dates for McIntyre's return, but that creative was working on the idea. Now, PW Insider's Mike Johnson reports that McIntyre's return was not expected to be this soon, and the belief backstage last night was that the injury to Bronson Reed at Survivor Series led to McIntyre returning a few weeks earlier than initially planned. Johnson pointed out that Drew was advertised for the WWE's upcoming holidays, and it appears his return was imminent. Drew McIntyre's violent return to Raw this week was a pleasant surprise for McIntyre fans, well, not so much for Sami Zayn. If Drew did return early, it's a reminder of his incredible work ethic, one fans have seen when McIntyre's worked through injuries and illnesses, and his commitment to the WWE. It's also a reminder while the WWE's deep roster can make it difficult for wrestlers to break out, it gives the WWE many tools to use when superstars are sidelined. Next up, Nia Jax has always been protected. Now, is Nia Jax's push the result of her being The Rock's relative? Fans have debated this for years now, and former personality Jonathan Coachman is weighing in on the debate. Coach recently shared his take on Jax on his Behind the Turnbuckle The Last Word podcast, prefacing his comments with an admission that Jax was very critical of him when he returned to WWE in 2018, but that his opinion of Jax isn't due to the alleged criticism. I never thought she was very good. She's always been protected by being in the family with The Rock. The WWE interviewer, announcer, and occasional wrestler noted Jax has received strong pushes and championship runs, but hasn't shown the talent or dedication to the grappling game. Coachman contrasted Liv Morgan and Jax's work, calling Liv the MVP of 2024 for her work, especially during Rhea Ripley's injury-related absence. As for Jax, he had some harsh words for her. On the other show, SmackDown, what did Nia Jax do? Nothing, because that's what she's always done. Now, if you're wondering why Coachman claims Jax had heat with him, the coach explained that he replaced Renee Young on commentary, and he believes Jax, who is close with Young, was critical of him. There's a case to be made that Jax's abilities don't warrant the push she received. While she's an attraction due to her size and power, many other female superstars are better than her in terms of charisma, in-ring ability, and mic work. Do you guys agree with Jonathan Coachman's take on Jax and why she's being pushed so hard? And finally, more celebrities headed to Raw. Last but not least, Triple H wants to let fans know to expect more celebrity appearances in WWE. Deadline reported, looking towards the future, both Netflix and WWE have ongoing conversations about potential IP expansions and opportunities for wrestlers and those who love them, specifically their passionate celebrity fans, which include Bad Bunny, Travis Scott, and Jelly Roll. Levesque shared that there will be more celebrity involvement on Raw, a perfect situation for at least one of the three previously mentioned with major wrestling ambitions. While celebrity appearances can bring new eyeballs to wrestling, they have a potential to alienate existing viewers. Let's hope WWE can find the right balance. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.